So now, let's proceed with finding the domain of the log function. So why do we need to take care of the domain? Because we know the basic graph y equal to log base a of x. So the domain here, your x here, your argument, it must be more than 0. So this is the basic graph. However, if the graph have many transformation, therefore you need to take care of the domain, so this value here will change. So you need to take care of the domain because this is important for you to graph log, and also it's important for you in order to solve the equation of log later on. We must make sure our final answer is within the domain. Now let's see question number 1. Fx is equal to log base 2 x minus 1. So in order to find domain, the argument here x minus 1, it must be more than 0. So since this is linear inequalities, you just move 1 to the other side. Therefore, our answer domain for f is 1 until infinity. Let's see the second one. Fx equal to log x squared plus 2x minus 3. So let's solve this. This argument here, it must be more than 0. So just take this number here, more than 0. This is a quadratic. Okay, you cannot just move the number. We must factorize, and then either you want to draw the smiley graph, the graphical method, or you want to draw the Sine diagram. So here, I just draw the graph here. Let's give out the zeros. X equal to minus 3 and 1. Okay, the root. Fill in the root here. So you want plus because more than 0. So you want this part here. So your final answer, x is from minus infinity until minus 3, union 1 until infinity. Make sure this is not included. Now let's see the third question. Fx equal to log 3. This value here. So this is a rational function. Okay, you have fractional, so take this number here, make it more than 0. So just take it more than 0. If you want to solve a rational function, you need to factorize it and then do the Sine diagram. So it's written here, x cannot be equal to 2, okay, because denominator cannot be equal to 0. However, we don't worry about it because you don't have any equal sign here. Therefore, now let us try to do this Sine diagram. So from the equation here, let's take out what are the zeros. So x equal to minus 3, 1, and also 2. So now let's draw our Sine diagram here. Okay, put in all the zeros according to the sequence. So write the interval here, minus infinity until minus 3, minus 3 until 1, 1 until 2, 2 until infinity. So just do the Sine diagram here. Then let's take the resulting sign of positive part. So our answer is minus 3 until 1, union 2 until infinity. So we can conclude our answer here. Let's see the next question here. Fx equal to log 2x minus 1 over x plus 1. So as usual, let's take this argument here and make it more than 0. So this is a rational function. Let's find out what are the zeros. So it is 1 over 2 and also minus 1. So don't worry about this because the denominator cannot be equal to 0. However, we don't have any equal sign here. Okay, so do not worry about x cannot be equal to minus 1. So let's do our Sine diagram here. So let's write the interval here, minus infinity until minus 1. Minus 1 until half, and then half until infinity. So let's take resulting sign, the positive sign here. So our answer is minus infinity until minus 1, union half until infinity. Now let's see the final example. Fx equal to square root 2 log x plus 2. So this question is a bit complicated because it involves log function and also a square root function. So let's do one by one. Let's focus on the log. So the argument here must be more than 0. And we need to intersect with the square root function. So the term under square root, it must be more or equal to 0. So let's solve this. Bring this 2 here to the right hand side. And then bring this 2 to the other side. It becomes minus 1. So now let's try to solve this. This is one side log, one side number. Okay, so let's change to exponent form. So now let x stays here And then let's change this to exponential. So the base 10 to the power of opposite 10 to the power of minus 1. So 10 to the power of minus 1 is 1 over 10. So now we have finished solving this equation here. X is more or equal to 1 over 10. Since we have two answers, let us intersect both of them. So draw the number line, put it in sequence 0 and 1 over 10. So first case is more than 0. Another case is more or equal to 1 over 10. So let's find the intersection here. Therefore, the domain is from 1 over 10 included until infinity. So that's the end of this subtopic. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.